welcome back from the long weekend. Yes, I'm very happy to feel that you are there and you're ready for the lesson. Yeah, last week we looked at conjunctions. That's very good. And by the end of the week, we had a test. But unfortunately, I've forgotten the answer sheet for the test that we did. I'm sorry for that, but I promise I'll bring it next time. And today we are not going to continue with conjunctions. We are going to look at a poem or poems. And I'm sure some of us have ever answered questions about poems in exams, or you have ever had lessons about poems. And those of us that have never feel at peace, it's your turn today. You're going to learn about them. If I may ask, what is a poem for those of us who have ever learned about it? A poem is a piece of writing in which the words are arranged in separate lines. It is a piece of writing in which the words are arranged in separate lines. Okay, and before we continue, yes, this is our today's success criteria. Okay, you are supposed to tell the title of a poem by the end of the lesson, just in case someone gives you a poem. Shall you be able to tell the title? Then you're also supposed to answer questions about the given poem in full sentences. I repeat this, in full sentences. Yeah, we said a poem is a piece of writing in which the words are arranged in separate lines. Normally, poems match with stanzas. And what is a stanza? A stanza is a group of set of lines in a poem. We shall look at all that. I have an example of a poem here with me. Let us share and see how it looks like. Read the poem below and answer questions that follow in full sentences. This is our poem. Our poem is about gender. Tell the person next to you that the title of the poem is Gender. And what do I mean by gender? Gender means roles, behaviors, and activities that any society considers appropriate for girls and boys. Different societies have different appropriate activities for their boys and their girls. Okay. Now, I would like everybody to read with Teacher Charlotte. Boy and girl are all children created by God, came into the world in the same way. Boy and girl, we can all cook. We can both mop. At home or school, we do the same work. People say we are different, but we are the same. So, do you see this kind of a poem? Do you see this first part? The first part is what I mean by a stanza. It is stanza 1 and it has 1, 2, 3 lines. Then the second part is the second stanza and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. And this poem of ours was written by Erina Namata, Primary 3, Orange. So, our poem here has questions and we are supposed to answer them in full sentences. Should we read the poem again together? Boy and girl are all children created by God, came into the world in the same way. Boy and girl, we can all cook. We can both mop. At home or school, we do the same work. People say we are different, but we are all the same. Written by Erina Namata, Primary 3, Orange. Now, you're going to answer questions about the poem and remember to answer them in full sentences. Yeah, get ready. Question number 1. What is the title of the poem? Teacher Charlotte answered this for us, and you see how she answered in a full sentence. What is the title of the poem? The title of the poem is Gender. I started my sentence with a capital letter and ended with a full stop. Question number 2. How many stanzas has the poem? You're going to count the stanzas like I showed you in the poem, and then you answer the question. For instance, this is stanza 1 and this is stanza 2. Each stanza has different lines. Is that clear? And question number 2 says, how many stanzas has the poem? If I'm to help you to answer, you count the stanzas and you're like, dash stanzas has the poem, full stop. Dash stanzas has the poem, full stop. Question number 3. How many lines has the first stanza? Here is the first stanza. How many lines has the first stanza? You count and answer in a full sentence. I mean in a full sentence. Then question number 4. Who wrote the poem? Our poem was written by someone I don't remember, and she wrote her name below. You can easily read that name and answer the question. Who wrote the poem? Dash wrote the poem. Number 5. In which class is the writer? After the writer writing the poem, she also indicated her class. So you need to read carefully and be able to answer that question. Okay, there are more questions down here. You either write true or false. Boys are not children. Is it true or false? Teacher Charlotte answered that it is false. B. Boys and girls are all children. You either put true or false. God did not create girls. You either put true or false. Both boys and girls can cook. Only girls should mop. Boys cannot wash. Okay? Thank you very much.